If a man loses interest in you, is it because the relationship became boring or because you chose someone who gets bored easily? In my experience, most cases fall under the first scenario. The relationship became repetitive, lacking excitement or growth, which led to a man's indifference. My name is Ismael Gomez. I'm a coach, writer, and speaker. And ladies, today I'm here to reassure you that you can keep a man's attention without having to play any games. Because here's the thing, you know what I've noticed about most relationship advice online is other people teaching you how to manipulate a man instead of how to connect with him, how to turn you into who he wants rather than becoming more of yourself. But here on my channel, we do things differently. My purpose is to help you attract the love that you want by expanding your energy so your true self can radiate and captivate the right person for you. That being said, let's jump into the 5 most effective ways to keep a man interested in you. Okay, so let's begin. Number 1, diversify. A partner will slowly lose interest in you if he sees that you never strive for growth inside and outside of the relationship. We humans are wired to get bored with things that don't evolve. Imagine your life was a TV show with only one episode. How would you expect someone to keep coming back for more? What I often notice is that many of you rely heavily on just one of your strengths to attract someone, like maybe your looks or your sense of humor, or that you have a kind heart. But no matter how beautiful, funny, or kind you are, it's important to diversify what you bring to the table. Just like a TV show needs new episodes to keep people watching, you need to grow and expand as a person to keep things fresh and exciting. For example, consider 5 things that will undoubtedly make you a more attractive person. And those are fitness, communication skills, confidence, emotional intelligence, and creativity. Imagine if you're always challenging yourself in those areas. What type of energy would you radiate when you're interacting with other people, especially with your partner? Number 2, less is more. Is it possible to say, I love you too much? In my experience, the answer is yes. Now hear me out. Expressing love is healthy, but it's important to mix it up. If you say I love you every day to your partner, eventually those words will begin to lose some of their impact. I spend a lot of time studying couples that have been happily married over 30 years. And you know something that I noticed is that they don't say I love you that often. Usually they just show it with their actions. Similarly, a man wants to know that he's loved, but mixing up how you show that love allows him to experience your affection in new and intriguing ways. You can try other expressions like, I'm glad that you're here with me, I could kiss you all night, wait until you see the surprise that I have for you. And for even more impact, make sure that he sees that you also know how to give the same level of love to yourself. When he sees you prioritizing your own well-being and happiness, it not only reinforces your worth, but also sets the standard for how you expect to be treated in a relationship.
I also met someone and am now very attached in a negative way. I feel very like I need this person in my life or else I won't have as much fun or I won't be as happy
Aww.
And I know consciously that it doesn't make sense.
But
it's boring without that person.
Really? So you believe that you're boring?
No, but
You just said it's boring without that person. You understand there's no such thing as a boring situation, only bored minds?
okay.
So you're saying that you are boring without them.
Number 3, learn to handle rejection. Ladies, if there's one thing that you can't avoid in a relationship with a man, it's rejection. If you don't learn how to handle it gracefully, it will deplete your confidence, erode your self-worth, and ultimately push him away. For example, you invite him to an event and he doesn't want to go. You want to be intimate, but he's not in the mood that night. You ask him to watch a movie with you, but he decides to catch up with work. These small rejections will happen occasionally in all relationships. Yet, as funny as it may sound, rejection is actually an opportunity. It's a chance to demonstrate that you know exactly who you are and you don't need external validation. Sometimes our instinct is to convince or persuade the other person to do what we want. But if there's one thing about human nature, is that if you try to push someone to do something when they're not in the mood, they'll naturally resist. Now notice that I mentioned the word occasionally, because I'm not suggesting that you should always keep your mouth shut and never express your needs in a relationship. Remember the quote that says that if you hide your pain from your partner, you may have peace in the relationship, but you'll create a war in your mind. Number 4. When you say no, it means no. Always saying yes to someone makes you predictable and forgettable. Think about it. If every time that a man asks you to do something and your answer is always yes, it likely signals some people-pleasing tendencies that need attention. There's no way to create healthy boundaries for yourself if you don't know how to set limitations with your time, energy, and emotional resources. And guess what? Whenever you say no, your answer will often be tested. This applies to all areas of life. People want what they want, and they will try to push past your boundaries constantly. That's when you need to stand firm instead of giving in to their demands. Compromise is important, but if you're always catering to what he wants, he will start to take you for granted. Have your own voice in the relationship. If he asks what movie you want to watch, don't choose something that he prefers. Say exactly what you want to watch. Being clear about what you like maintains your sense of autonomy and also shows how compatible you are with each other. Additionally, he would value your opinion more because he sees you as a woman who can think for herself. When you disagree or express your views, it demonstrates that you have your own beliefs and values, making you more intriguing and respected. And final, number 5, you don't need to be with him. If there's one behavior that diminishes attraction, is neediness. And I know you've heard this 1,000 times, but many of you still do it in your romantic interactions. Constantly texting and calling him, seeking attention, or giving up your own interests just to spend time with him. These are signs of neediness. And here's the truth. If a man starts to think that you need him rather than want him, he will end up underestimating you. He needs to feel that you're choosing to be in this relationship, not that you're dependent on him for your happiness. This can make him feel like he holds all the power in the relationship, which reduces excitement and the equal footing that often sustains attraction. It's better when he sees himself as a sidekick in your movie, not the main character, okay? You are the main character. This is your movie, so don't let anyone else write the script. Alright ladies, so that's the video for today, and the last point that I want to make is that remember, attraction isn't a one-time achievement, okay? It's an ongoing process that requires effort and creativity. Also, always be cautious with the man that you're selecting, okay? The worst thing that you can do is try to get the attention of someone who's not good for you. Many times I read comments from some of you asking how to get someone to connect with you emotionally, and when you describe the guy's behavior, all I can think is, why would you want to be in a relationship with someone like that? Anyways, thank you for subscribing to my channel. I'm glad that you chose me to learn about self-love, dating, and relationship dynamics because like I always say, for your relationships to change, you need to change. Have a beautiful day.